The MiG-29 is a legendary fourth-generation fighter, but its mixed reputation is hard to ignore. People jokingly call it a fuel fighter, or a jet built to achieve air superiority over its own airfield. And such jokes have a bit too much truth in them. The limited fuel supply is noticeable even in War Thunder's fast-paced battles. And of course, this wasn't a secret in real life either. Designers and the military always wanted more fuel than the MiG could realistically carry. Back in the final years of the USSR, one attempt to solve that and several other issues was the MiG-29M 915, which has recently arrived in the game as a squadron vehicle. The changes aren't immediately obvious from the outside, but they're there. The aircraft gained additional underwing hardpoints, the lurks became sharper, the intake gills disappeared, the ailerons grew larger, the air brake design changed, and a distinctive stinger tail appeared between the exhaust nozzles. The internal upgrades matter even more. Composite materials were added, fuel capacity increased by 1,500 liters, and the cockpit received much more convenient displays. The aircraft feels more cohesive and more thought through in every detail. This is no longer a lightweight, frontline fighter built on compromises. It's a multi-role platform designed to handle a broad range of tasks. In War Thunder, you feel that first and foremost in air battles. The MiG-29M gets more weapons and a full air-to-air missile lineup. It can carry multiple R-27 variants, the R-73s, and even the R-77s. Out of all that, the only missiles we wouldn't recommend are the basic R-27s without the E index. Everything else should absolutely be used as intended. The radar and the RWR sit roughly at the level of the MiG-29 SMT. They aren't cutting edge, but they're comfortable enough for the battle rating. In the air, the 915 no longer feels like the classic MiG-29 that lives on short, aggressive bursts. It offers more control, more options, and more flexibility. In some ways, it resembles the SMT. In others, it starts creeping towards heavier machines, like the Su-27 SM. The result is a true in-between variant, still compact and maneuverable, but noticeably more versatile. The most interesting part begins in combined battles. The MiG-29M can carry 4 Kha-29TD missiles. Heavy, powerful, and extremely unpleasant for ground targets. And it can do that while still keeping room for air-to-air missiles, meaning it can continue clearing the skies. Even on the later MiG-29 SMT, you often have to choose: be a good CAS performer or stay ready for air combat. Here, that trade-off almost disappears. You can fill the loadout 50-50 and not overthink it. Sure, a targeting pod with thermals would be nice, but that's a broader issue across many Soviet aircraft, so all you can really do is sigh. In the end, the MiG-29M isn't just a minor rework. It's one of the key steps in the aircraft's evolution. Early variants are often criticized for being too heavy to be a light fighter, and too limited to be a true medium fighter. The M is the designer's answer. This one is a medium fighter. More fuel, more weapons, more freedom. And even if the MiG-29M never became truly mass-produced in real life, it paved the way for later members of the family. Now it gets a second life in the skies of War Thunder.